I just want to really start by saying that right now, this is not just about federal workers struggling, right? It's about a capitalistic system that thrives on exploiting labor while protecting wealth and corporate interests. And I would say federal workers, all workers, are being squeezed by the ruling class that benefits from austerity, privatization, and the erosion of public services. Um, right now, government employees are expected to keep the country running, and they are still being threatened with wage stagnation, budget cuts, political attacks to their unions, and let's be honest, like the ruling class needs a scapegoat. They need to point to federal workers and unions, and they need to be able to do that so that way they could say that it's inefficient, that the way that our government is working is inefficient, and that federal employees are overpaid. And they do this so that way they can justify cutting public services. And they do it while other corporations get tax breaks. The federal workforce is disproportionately Black, brown, woman-led, and when wages are stagnant and when hiring freezes stretch workloads, when unions are being attacked, this isn't just like an economic issue. It's systemic oppression reinforcing inequality. And families are skipping meals, rationing medicine, taking debt while billionaires accumulate wealth at historic rates. And so I think the question that we should be asking, especially in this moment, as I see my colleagues sort of going through this process, is like, are we actively working to working against dismantling public services in favor of these private contracts? And how are we thinking about the attempts to gut our services and outsourcing federal functions to um, low wage contractors? This is like a class warfare, and it's disguised as efficiency. And we really just, the truth is, it's like the state relies on federal workers to keep society functioning. And if they continue to refuse them fair wages, job security, or allowing them to be in strong unions, um, it should be clear that it is all by design, right? It needs a weak federal workforce to justify this. And so I think, federal workers have power, but only if we wield it collectively, only if they wield it collectively, mass, demonstrations, political education goes beyond like policy reform. And we have to demand systemic change.